Chinese 62cc chainsaw. I'm going to say let's have a competition around the world and see how hard we can make these things run. Now, there is some rules. We'll do say 6 months, but we've got to use this stupid piston. It's a 48mm piston. I've looked and I cannot find a windowed piston, so this is the only piston we can use. But I'm thinking maybe we can use a different cylinder, say a Husqvarna 262, and put that in. But I want to see how far we can push these things. Now, I managed to work out a way to get a 727, a 372 carby on the saw easily enough, which I've used a welding mask. I've cut that up. Where did I put the piece for that? Use that up. So I've used this El Cheapo welding mask and I've made a space around it, and that goes on the saw. It's this part here. It's a rubber gasket comes out. Then you got this retaining plate and the screws go through. The problem being the butterfly hits on the very edge, and this seems to be the best way to do it. I've used to use a little pipe. That was the inside pipe of a extension pole for painting, like a roller painter, but it's a pain in the ass to fit. But this seems to be a better setup. Now, if you want to, you can use the old style. I find it to be problematic because the piston goes down, and the problem I have with this one, the piston goes too far down, and when the piston's all the way up, actually you can see the transfer chamber underneath. It's like a quarter of a mil. It's terrible. So the newer model is a lot better. I do a base gasket delete, more upset compression, a lot better. With this one here, you can see how much carbon started building up. I did get this all running really good, but the gudgeon pin here, or connection pin bearing there, started to seize up. I had a hell of a lot of trouble getting that pin here. But I like to see what other people can do. Like I've done muffler mods, all sorts of stuff. I'd like to get a worldwide thing, Australia versus America versus China, whoever, in a friendly competition. But let's see how fast we can push these things. I reckon they go pretty good now. I've actually worked out a way. I've got quite a few saws, not all Chinese saws, but I've worked out a way too. Now, this one I've done before, the muffler saw, I've worked out what the problem with that thing was. They had really doughy rings. They were soft compared to normal rings. They're very soft. So I ended up putting the golf ball cylinder on this chainsaw with the rings that came with it, but the piston that came with this saw. And this thing now howls. This thing's good. I'll do a video of it soon. But I want to see what other people can come up with. This one here was my works one. You can tell by the spikes. It's got a base gasket still. I'm going to remove that, but the other one I got now goes really hard with a big muffler on it. But let's get activated, guys, and see what we can do. Because the way I look at it, these saws now, they're cheap. Because I can't work now, this is about 150 bucks Australian for a good brand name, not these ones now, because this is a real old one. But to buy it brand new, so it's the way I look at it, it's a competition that people can afford and get involved. They can port these things out cheap enough. Like you need like a little Dremel. This is a cheaper one that I bought off eBay second hand. But you know, why not get involved and try and make the saws go good? I'd say the equivalent to the Husqvarna 365 or a 262. If we can go better than them, well, I'd say that's a win. But anyway, guys, the competition's out there. I've dropped the gloves and I'm saying let's do it. So